So, those are the concepts. We now want to quiz on the concepts because the California standard said that you'd be able to answer questions true or false about these numbers. So here we have some true-false questions. Very quickly, now I have the correct answer hidden back behind this box here. I can use my sword to move that box around, and when the time is right, I will reveal the correct answer. But first, let's think about the problem, and I'll read it for you. 893, is it a natural number? True or false? Natural number. Would Grog and Doug have known about this number? Would their simple caveman brains have been able to comprehend and come up with 893? Yeah, they could count from their starting point of 1 all the way up to 893. So true. That is, in fact, a natural number. Let's see if I was correct. Yes! Before class, I said that this was the correct number, and so I say it again. Actually, no, I consulted textbooks and everything to make sure that that is the correct answer. Scrolling down, number 2, -7. Is -7 a natural number? No. Grog and his friend did not need to know about negative numbers. They didn't measure temperature to that depth. They didn't measure water depth to that depth. They had no need for negative numbers, and so this is not one of their natural numbers. Maybe we could call them the Grog and Doug numbers. Nah, let's stick with the system that we have. So, -7, natural number, I'm going to say false. What does our survey say? The mathematical experts say, I'm right. False. Now, number 3, 12.3. Is it an irrational number? True or false? Well, 12.3 is a decimal. Can be expressed as the fraction 12 3/10. So it is a rational number. Fractions are rational numbers. If something is rational, then it's not irrational, because that ir means not. Something cannot be rational and not irrational, can it? No, it can't. So is it irrational? It's false to say that that is irrational. That is rational. Am I correct? Yes, I am. Moving on. Number 4. The number -45.96432. Wow, that decimal goes a long way, doesn't it? Is it an irrational number then? I would say no. Because it goes a long way, but it does stop. So, irrational number. False. Am I right? Yep, I'm right. Next number. The square root of 3. Is that an irrational number? Yes. Square root of 3 never stops, never repeats. You can't really know what it is. It's irrational. I'm going to say true. And we'll see if I'm right. Yes, I'm right. Got my little arrow. I'm good to go. Almost done here. But we're going to switch gears a little bit. Instead of true-false questions, let's take a number and see how many sets of numbers that number belongs to. Remember what I said, that if a number is part of these smaller sets, then usually it is automatically part of these larger sets. So the number 8, what groups does 8 belong to? We will put a checkbox next to all the groups that 8 belongs to. 8 is a natural number. Doug and Grog knew about 8. They could count up to 8, no problem. 8 is a whole number too, because once it's a natural number, it is automatically a whole number. Is 8 an integer? Yes. The integer bubble completely surrounds the whole number bubble, which completely surrounds the natural number bubble. It is an integer. Here's a question for you though. Is it negative? No. It's not negative. So why am I putting an X there? I don't know. We'll move on. Is it 0? Is it 0? No. Is it a rational number? Yes. Integers are completely inside of that rational number bubble. Every single integer can be expressed as a fraction. Just put a 1 under it. It's simple. So I'll put an X there. Yes, it's a rational number. Is it a real number? Yes. If it's a rational number, it's automatically a real number. But is it an irrational number? No. Because we said it's rational, it's not going to be irrational. Okay? So here's my answers to this question. I'm saying we got natural number, yes. Whole number, yes. Integer, yes. Negative number, no. 0, no. Rational number, yes. Real number, yes. And irrational number, no. Those are all the sets that it belongs to and all the sets that it doesn't belong to. Let's see what we get. I'm going to want my arrows to match up with all the X's. Does this arrow match up with an X? Yes. 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 No arrows. No X's. Arrows, X's, no arrow, no X. 100% for Dr. Nuclear. Woohoo! Alright, moving right along. Number 7. Negative 93. Is it a natural number? Negative 93. Natural? No. Because it's negative. Grog and Doug knew nothing about negative numbers. Whole number? No. They didn't know about this negative number. Whole numbers are not including negative numbers. Whole numbers only 0 and positive numbers. Integer? Yes. Yes. That is an integer. Integer is the first set of numbers that includes that number. Is it a negative number? Yes. Is it 0? No. Negative 93 just doesn't happen to be equal to 0, so no. Rational? Yes. All numbers that are integers are also rational numbers. Real number? Yes. If it's in the rational number bubble, it's also in the real number bubble. Irrational? No. So we got X, 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 X in these things. See if I'm right? Looks like a good matchup to me. Everywhere I got an X, I got an arrow. Everywhere I don't have an X, I don't have an arrow. So this is the standard. If you can do these kinds of questions, then you are up to snuff on Algebra 1, Standard 1. Let's move along. Just a couple more questions. Number 8, this little fraction, 7 over 32. 7 over 32, is it a natural number? No. Is it a whole number? No, it's a fraction. Is it an integer? No. This number is between two different integers. It's a fraction. It's that space in between integers. So it is not an integer. Is it negative? No. Is it 0? No. Is it a rational number? Yes. This is a number that definitely can be said as a fraction, because it is said as a fraction. So it's a rational number. Does that make it a real number? Yes. All rational numbers are real numbers. Is it an irrational number? Does it look like one of these weird special numbers like pi, negative, square root of 3, square root of negative 5 for that matter? Is it irrational? No. I said it was rational, so it's not going to be irrational. Leave it blank. Let's see what I get. Bingo. I get triangle, triangle, I've got x, x. Okay?